Have you ever tried ordering food in English, thinking you understood the menu, only to get a surprise you didn't expect? Maybe you pointed at a fancy word, hoping it meant something simple like pasta or salad, but it turned out to be something totally different and expensive. Misunderstanding menus is one of the funniest and most common struggles for English learners. And sometimes, it costs more than just confusion. In this story, that confusion cost me a lot, but it also gave me the best English learning experience I could ask for. Hit subscribe to TrueTalk, and let's begin. It was my first night in Rome, and I wanted to treat myself to a proper Italian dinner. I had read online that local restaurants in smaller alleys were better than the touristy ones near the big monuments. So, I found a quiet spot with candlelit tables and soft violin music. The waiter handed me a leather-bound menu, all in Italian. Underneath each item, there was a short description, in English. Or so I thought. I was feeling adventurous. I didn't want to just order spaghetti or pizza like every other tourist. I wanted something unique. I scanned the menu and saw the words Riserva Speciale della Casa followed by a description that said, a traditional creation of the chef with select ingredients. It sounded mysterious. It sounded important. I assumed it was some kind of chef's surprise dish. No price was listed next to it. I thought, maybe that's normal here. So I smiled at the waiter and said, I'll have the Riserva Speciale, please. He raised an eyebrow. Sure, he said, writing it down. The appetizer came first, some fresh bread, olives, and a small salad. Then, the main dish arrived. It was a beautiful plate of handmade pasta, topped with thin slices of something golden and shining. I tasted it. It was rich. Creamy. It had truffle in it. Not just truffle oil, real white truffles, shaved on top. The flavor was intense, unlike anything I had ever eaten. Halfway through the meal, I looked around and noticed no one else had the same dish. When I asked for the check, the waiter came with a polite smile. I opened the folder and felt my eyes widen. It was over 180 euros. I blinked. I looked again. 180. My heart skipped a beat. For one plate of pasta. I called the waiter and asked, is this right? He nodded and said, yes, sir. Riserva Speciale includes seasonal white truffle. Very rare. Very good. I smiled weakly and handed over my card. That night, I walked back to my hotel in silence. But when I lay in bed, I couldn't stop laughing. I had just eaten the most expensive meal of my life because I didn't understand a few words on a menu. But I also realized something important. That mistake made me curious. I went online and started looking up food vocabulary. I learned what Riserva means, what Speciale means, and what ingredients like tartufo bianco are. I even watched videos about Italian fine dining and how menus are structured. In that one mistake, I had learned more food-related English than in a whole week of studying. Here are a few expressions from this story you should remember. Treat myself, do something special for yourself. Felt adventurous, wanted to try something new or different. Chef's surprise dish, a dish chosen or invented by the chef, not listed in detail. My heart skipped a beat, I was shocked. Couldn't stop laughing, found something very funny. Making mistakes is not just okay, it's essential. Especially with language. Every wrong order, every awkward sentence, every expensive dinner teaches you something you'll never forget. So, don't be afraid of getting it wrong. Just make sure you're paying attention when you do. If you've ever had a funny food mistake while traveling or learning English, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to TrueTalk for more real stories that make your English unforgettable. See you next time.